Okay, so to make the sauce, I have in my skillet probably about 4 tablespoons, excuse me, of maybe olive oil. Not maybe, but olive oil. And forgive me, it is bubbling and popping like that because when I was draining my pasta, a noodle fell in there. So there's a little water mixed in there. So you know how that goes. And just for a little bit of flavor, this is just a tablespoon of butter. Okay, and what we're gonna do for the sauce, it's not gonna be your typical regular spaghetti. You know how we like to do with the regular red sauce with the hot links and the ground beef or the ground turkey. I'm gonna show you guys another option for your pasta. A really good friend of mine who did do culinary school kind of showed me this technique, and this is something you can do with some of your everyday items that you have in your refrigerator. So we have butter, we have olive oil, we have pasta. So when you're low, you don't have any spaghetti sauce, but you do have a couple of vegetables in your refrigerator. I'm going to be using zucchini or squash here as the vegetable of choice. And basically this olive oil and butter is going to be the sauce that we're going to use. I'm also going to add some fresh garlic. I like it when it's already minced. And I'm going to add maybe about 2 little spoonfuls of the garlic. Okay. Be careful, you do not want it to burn. Okay, and that's going to cook and soften up. I'm going to add a little garlic powder. I'm going to add some basil. Mind you, this is going to be the sauce. So when you're seasoning, keep that in mind that your flavor, a lot of your flavor is going to come from this mixture. It doesn't look like much, but we do have the oil that we're going to use to coat the pasta. And then I'm going to add a little bit of liquid, my favorite, my balsamic vinegar. Okay, now I'm not going to add too much because it is vinegar. I'm going to add maybe about 1 capful. Okay. And the eye is on maybe about medium heat. Okay. Just going to mix that in there. Now I'm going to add some black pepper. Okay. And because I like just a little tad bit more spice, I'm going to add a dash or 2 of some cayenne pepper. Okay. Now most of the liquid from the vinegar is going to cook off, and then you're just going to be left with all of that good flavor. Okay. Now I'm going to add my zucchini or squash. I like to leave the skin on. Feel free to peel it. This is really, really good also with Roma tomatoes. Delicious. When you do maybe your own, if you do make your own spaghetti sauce, or just in general, I prefer that type of tomato over a lot of other ones. So that's what I would go for. You can do this dish with that vegetable as well. I mean, you can do mushroom, you can do whatever you want. So right now, I'm just going to let the zucchini soak up the good flavor. And I'm noticing here my pan doesn't look like I have enough liquid, or better yet, I don't have enough for my sauce. I'm going to add just a little bit more olive oil. Okay, and I'm going to add maybe about 1 more tablespoon. It looks like a lot, but it wasn't that much. Okay. Mind you, this is going to be coating the pasta, and the pasta I am using is whole wheat pasta. Okay. So I'll come back to you guys once I'm ready, just to kind of incorporate the zucchini and olive oil butter mixture to the pasta, and then there's going to be a finishing touch that's going to bring this pasta together, and you're going to have a really good, delicious, flavorful pasta. Aside from that red sauce, the canned, jarred, whatever you like to do, this is going to be a better spin on pasta as we know it. Okay. Okay, so this is the cooked pasta, whole wheat, and it's sizzling right now because it's on an eye that's actually on low. And I'm about to put in our sauce mixture. I do salt my water that I cook my pasta in, so keep that in mind. So it adds extra flavor to the pasta. You know, pasta for the most part does not have much taste, so I salt the water. Okay, this is my zucchini and sauce mixture. You see I have the oil, my basil, my garlic, the zucchini, the added flavor from the balsamic vinegar, and I'm just going to add that. Okay, I'm going to add that to the pasta. Okay. Now, I know a lot of us, and I say us, not to exclude anybody, but, you know, African Americans, we like stuff saucy. And this is going to be, you know, it's not your typical saucy. It's not Alfredo. It's not your red pasta. But I have my vegetables here. And keep in mind, the pasta is salted, so it does have flavor. This is not going to be a bland dish. Okay, so I've gone ahead, incorporated the sauce mixture. As you can see, you know, the pasta has taken on that beautiful kind of glossy sheen that the olive oil has given to it. You can see the basil flakes in there, and the added bonus that we're going to do to add to this. Now, if you like the shredded or the powdered Parmesan cheese in the can, you can do that. A lot of the times when I do my pasta like this, I will use that. But I'm going to be using fresh grated Parmesan cheese as well as Asiago. So these I found at my regular grocery outlet. They're about like $2.99, probably retail about $5-6 normally, but I'm going to use a little bit of both. Okay, I'm going to take about a nice good pinch of the Asiago. Okay, and I'm going to add another pinch of the Parmesan cheese, a bigger pinch, okay, of the Parmesan cheese. Now, Parmesan cheese alone adds so much flavor, okay? And aside from your regular, you know, your cheddar cheese, if some of you guys like to do the baked spaghetti where you make your regular spaghetti or your pasta, then you go ahead, put some cheese on top and put it in the oven and bake it a little bit to make the cheese melt. I like that too. But this cheese, the Parmesan cheese, will add so much flavor to your pasta dishes that I recommend using Parmesan. Well, when I make my pasta, I use Parmesan cheese. So this is basically the finished recipe. So I suggest that any of you guys try it, okay? My mother's out there. Let me tell you, my man loves this. My daughter loves this. I love this. And my friend who has gone to culinary school showed me this technique, and I am, you know, eternally grateful for her and some of her cooking skills that I adopted from just hanging around her. So this is it. I'm going to go ahead, plate this up. You guys, if you try it out, let me know. Of course, the video is sponsored by fashionwithfifi.com and thedevour.com, so be sure to click the link below to be directed to the site and check out what's going on over there. All right, keep it real.